So this is recent.
Yeah.
This guy, he was like, okay, he DM'd me on Twitter. So he's one of my supporters. Again, difference between fans and supporters. But he hit me on Twitter. He was like, okay, so I see that you're 21. And that means that you're able to drink. And when people drink, they want to pee a lot, don't they?
No.
And he was like, are you a good girl who holds in their pee? Or are you somebody who's going to let it go out?
Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside. Free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die. Yeah. Get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die. Yeah.
Hey, man. Say, man. It's the Got 15 podcast coming back, man. Volume 3, man. Part who knows? Your boy Mike, man. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Michael.Porter, man.
Follow me on Instagram, man. It's Chanman1.
Hey, man. Y'all go follow the greatest man, the only Mike. Yes, sir. Greatest producer still.
Hey, bro, loading. You know, loading.
Yeah.
But listen. Got a special guest to my left. Go and shout yourself out.
Hey, y'all. I'm Sai, a.k.a. Sai the Succubus. Follow me on Sai the Succubus on freaking everything. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Do it.
And so what is a succubus?
You don't know what a succubus is?
I mean, I'm letting you explain. Your
For the people who don't know, there's somebody that doesn't know.
Okay, so a succubus, it's a sex demon. It's a fine demon that looks like really good, and they go in men's dreams, and they have sex with them, and then they kill them.
Whoa.
You lost me at the last part.
I knew
Last
everything
one.
until the end.
And then they
no,
kill
they're
them.
like really sexy and dominant. They're with the shits. Like,
Okay.
Killing, though?
mm-hmm.
So why you got to kill them, though?
I mean, like, I don't kill them. I just more like kill their spirits. Like, I break down their ego.
That might be
Like,
worse.
I'm going to kill your ego. That's for sure.
That's for
Like,
sure.
what? It's about me.
take pride
It's
in
not
that?
about you. Oh,
wow.
God, yeah. So what?
Clearly.
Where did that come from? Where you
Like, when did you feel like that's who I'm going to be?
Honestly, like, I think it was after my high school sweetheart. I was like,
He broke your...
I was too nice. I was like, what? Because I'm like, because I settled. So, like, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm too fine.
Yeah.
You played me. Now I gotta act like how I'm supposed to act.
Correct.
Now I gotta act like how, like, please. Like, I was.
So did they, like, break your heart or something?
It's really deep. I mean, like, yeah, I guess. Like,
Just wondering.
it sort of goes deeper than that, like some illegal shit. But I
Oh,
mean, like,
okay.
you know, that SA type shit. So it's like,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't
All
get
right.
my justice through the police, so I was like, let me get my justice in real life. Like,
Okay.
Just leveling up, you saying?
Yeah.
Moving on past that.
Like, we gonna move on past. Like, I was like, you know what? I was too nice. I
Yeah.
settled down and too nice. So I was like, I know I'm a bad bitch. It's time to shit on niggas.
Well, hey, like, we like the confidence coming out of a traumatic situation,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
Like, what? I can't get my justice there, but I'm gonna get my justice. I'm gonna fuck one of your favorite niggas.
Oh,
Damn.
man.
Like, what?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna do it to you.
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna do it to you.
Oh my
Like,
God.
Oh, my God.
So, Chan, what you got for us today, my guy?
I want to know some of your stories. You said you have some funny stories about some sex workers or whatever the situation was. I just want you to fill us in.
all right, I got you so bad. First of all, I do OnlyFans, obviously. So, like, the type of content I do, people be thinking, like, oh, OnlyFans. Oh, my God, you must be getting, like, fucked and sucked and this and that and that and the third, like, out the ass. And it's like, no. The type of content I do, like, I'm going to say a word and a type of content that you've never heard of. It's
Okay.
I call it girlfriend content.
I've heard of this.
Okay.
Right?
I've heard of this.
I haven't heard of this, but I think I know what it means.
So, like, I personally take the ingredients of the e-girl. You know how the e-girls are? How they be just, like, really into
Uppity and
their...
shit.
Yeah, really uppity, really nice, and, like, really talking to their supporters and really just, like, with them niggas.
Yeah.
But as a girlfriend... Right.
Gotta throw that shit
But
in
as
there.
a girlfriend,
That's
you know
that's
how
what
it
you're
be.
selling. Yeah, that's what you're
exactly.
selling, right.
But
Yeah.
also with the mix of as a girlfriend, you know how you be getting them like attachments, like them 5 attachments. Your girl showing you how pretty you look,
Okay.
and all that shit. So like that's me. Like I don't do nothing super explicit, but honestly, like the OnlyFans is really like they think that's the ends of the meats. Nah, you get to OnlyFans. Then you make your money from your supporters, for real. There's a difference between friends and supporters. But honestly, so I had that shit going on. And for real, like, I'm a niche type worker.
Okay.
What you mean by that niche type worker?
Like, honestly, when people say, like, oh, you got an OnlyFans, they automatically think you sucking dick, you fucking half of Atlanta. And it's like, nah, bro. Like,
It's
I'm
not
a
the
niche
case.
worker. Like,
That's what you're saying. You
I
said you're
have,
only in
like-
that category. You're
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, I got,
Okay.
like, incels, like, the good incels, like, the original incels, the involuntary celibate niggas. Because
Yeah.
that's what incel means.
Oh,
So,
involuntary. Okay.
Yeah, that's what incel means.
Involuntary.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's a
Incel,
very
big.
that's
key.
the end.
That's
If they're involuntarily celibate because, you know, they ain't got no riz or nothing.
Ain't
So,
got
like,
no riz.
no riz,
They just
no
got money.
swag. They
No
just like they're
swag.
alone. They got some type of coins, and they're like, you know, like I might as well spend it on
Fuck
getting a
it.
bad bitch.
Damn.
So like they're what you call simps now.
Yeah.
But like I get the incels who really just don't be getting pussy, and like the
Uh-huh.
simps who really just want to see me do good, and I just act like I'm their girlfriend
Uh-huh.
through OnlyFans. Like, oh, haha, you know,
So-
good morning, I sent you this. Like it just makes niggas feel good.
Yeah.
And then through that, niggas asked to like be on the phone.
Yeah.
Nothing sexual for real. Just be like,
Just have a
"Oh,
conversation.
I just want to be on the phone.
Yeah.
Talk for 30 minutes. Quick, $100.
So like, do you ever feel like I know you gotta feel like the biggest finesser? Like, do you ever feel like you're just wild? I'm taking advantage of these lonely ass niggas, bro.
Bro, I'm not taking advantage. I'm honestly, I feel like I'm just giving them.
The service.
What they
I'm
need.
giving them
It's what they need.
service.
It's what
Like,
they
that's something
need.
that
That's-
they need. Cause like I'm really sweet for real. Like I don't mind talking to people. Like that's why I want to like I love communication. Like
Yeah.
I got you. Like we can talk about anything. Like I got you, bro. But like, and you're gonna pay me for that shit.
Of course.
Like oh my god. Like at that point, like we lit. Like I don't like no. Like you're paying for a service. So it's like I remember I had this one guy. He was like, I'm just shy. Like I was like doing FaceTimes and Skypes like that, and he was just like, I'm a little shy. And I was like, okay, so what do you want to do? He's like, I just want to text you for a week straight consistently. And I was like, okay, yeah, that can work. So I pretty
And
much like pretended like I was his
Has
girlfriend.
he already paid?
Oh, it was paid. We're talking like
Interesting.
$700 for that week.
For that week.
Just to, yeah,
So
for that
okay,
week.
so I mean, my thing
consistently
is,
though.
how do you go about telling somebody, hey, yeah, like, how do you go about giving a nigga your rates to communicate with them?
It's really they'd come to me. They'd be
So
ready.
they're just DMing you like, hey, like, I want to pay you $500 to
That's the
have
thing.
an hour with you.
So we're definitely gonna get in like more details, specific details on the
Patreon
Patreon
for
episode.
sure.
But my one question just for the YouTube, like, what's
Gotta
the
keep shit
the
monetized.
strangest request that you've had?
Okay, so we can get on for this super spicy one on Patreon because
For
you know
sure.
they need to pay for that one.
Of
Okay.
course,
They
I'm
need
glad
to
you
pay for that
understand.
one.
I'm
No,
glad you
like,
understand.
We understand. You're gonna pay for that one.
Yeah,
But
you're
as
good.
far as virtually, as soon as I turned 21, I turned 21 August of this year.
Okay.
So I'm newly 21. So this is recent.
Yeah.
This guy, he was like, okay, he DM'd me on Twitter. So he's one of my supporters. Again, difference between fans and supporters. But he hit me on Twitter. He was like, okay, so I see that you're 21. And that means that you're able to drink. And when people drink, they want to pee a lot, don't they?
No.
And he was like, are you a good girl who holds in their pee? Or are you somebody who's going to let it go out? And I was like,
So this is the
Okay.
messages?
this is the message. And it
Okay.
still goes longer because this is only it's a whole paragraph. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I keep reading. He was like, so all I want you to do is take a piss on the street.
On the street?
On the street. And I asked him, I was like, so like, do you mean like open my legs? You want to see everything? He was like, no. I just want your friend to take a video of you taking your panties off or taking off your pants or whatever you're wearing and just taking a regular piss, nothing showing, no private, no nothing.
Yeah.
And you just talking about how good it feels. Like, oh my God, I really needed to take a piss right now. Like shit like that. And that's it. And I was like, okay, how much you willing to pay for that? And then he talked about it. He was like, I mean, like 200. I was like, well, because it's a custom, I'm gonna have to charge you extra, so I'm gonna need 400 for that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Quickest $400 I ever made.
He was probably willing to spend 1,000.
Bro, so
And it was literally a 15-second video of me just like
Pissing.
drunk out my mind. And I was like, friend, I actually have to pee. And this guy said he wants to pay for me to pee in a video. So just like, do it real quick. Just do it
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah,
Do it
yeah.
real quick. Nothing was showing. It was literally just like me on the side of the road just
Peeing in the
peeing,
streets.
talking about like, oh my God, this is such a great pee. And like $400 like that. And it was up front. So it was
That
like,
dude
yeah.
is
Oh my
strange.
God. Oh my God.
Crazy.
so what do you think it is about that makes them
Yeah.
want that from you?
What made him think that it was okay?
everybody has different kinks. I used to work at a sex store. I used to sell sex toys and like enhancements for sex. And then, yeah, if y'all saw my collection on Instagram when I posted on my story.
Collection is
Yeah, I
an
had a
interesting term
collection.
to use.
I have like snacks that are sexual enhancements. I have like a whip. I have handcuffs. I have like different like toys and everything because I used to work at a sex shop.
Right.
So and it was like 50% off for employees.
Wait.
So I'm buying everything.
What are
Yeah,
the
yeah.
enhancements? I'm just curious.
Like
The
sexual
people in the-
enhancements,
the
like
people
they
in the
have they have pills, there's gummy bears, there's these wet mouth candies that makes you like your mouth really wet, which is good for, you know,
She said wet mouth candy.
Wow.
wet mouth candy, really good for fellatio and all that shit. That's a big
Right,
word.
right.
But
So, how did you even get a job at a sex store? Because I feel like, especially, you know, if you just turned 21, you know, so you couldn't have had it for, you know, say too long. How did you feel comfortable enough going into a sex store like, yeah, let me apply?
you can be a sex store worker at 18. You can go into a sex store at 18. You can't buy any smoke products until you're 21. It was a sex store / smoke shop, so you can buy the toys at 18, but you couldn't buy
Like
the
the
stuff.
smoke stuff.
I mean, I don't fuck with niggas because I'd be like, oh, wow, okay, cool, you're
Yeah.
21. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everything was 50%, but
But how did you feel confident enough
Or I just want to know.
work around? Like, I don't
think-
know. Like, I guess.
I think besides the confidence, like what made you was like, you know what? I need a job. I'm gonna apply at this sex store instead of Chick-fil-A or some shit.
Right.
I mean, because I was already in the sex industry. I was already doing like OnlyFans and stuff
Okay,
like
you
that.
was
Yeah,
already-
that's
So I
what
was
I
always
asked you.
doing the girlfriend content. So I was just
Okay.
like, you know, like I sort of wanted to do a field study. I was like, what does people like? What are people's deepest intentions? And that's when I really learned the game. That was when it was a game changer. You see what people buy. You sit here and be like, oh, nobody's going to like that. And I was sitting there because, like, the only thing about the store that I loved for real, when there was no customers, I walk around and open everything. We had cock rings. We had dildos. We had the vibrators that you
Yeah.
can add water to. And, like, it was shit. Like, the fake asses, too, they'd be, like, 30 pounds. And I would be able to open up the box and play with them fat ass. They would be like, ooh. They'd be shaking on the counter like,
You was having a
like,
great time.
what?
It's
I was able to
splendid.
I was able to open every sex toy there is. So I was like, there is a kink for everything. For everybody. And then when people came in, especially them anime niggas, when MomoCon was last year or some type of convention,
Yeah.
bro, oh my, them niggas was freaks. I was asking mad questions and I was writing that shit down as my journalist ass would. So I was like, okay, like,
And then you turn
This
that into your
is-
business idea. Just trying to get-
exactly.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, oh yeah, y'all giving me game for free. Like I really was like, yeah, for sure. He was on it.
I mean, shit. Hey, look, get your bag though.
Yeah.
Get your bag. Like gotta get your bag.
And with that being said, man, it's been a Guy 15 podcast, and we out, man. Peace.
Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide. Free on
Appreciate y'all popping out to the podcast, man. Make sure y'all leave a like. Go ahead and comment something. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our videos, bro.
And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes videos posted weekly. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok, and I already know we're on YouTube, man. Go check us out everywhere.
For sure.
Brr.